That's right. It's time for the news. KP's Video News. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Yep. And it's been Super Bowl weekend in Los Angeles, man. And I mean, it's been off the charts. They've been doing a lot of things jumping off. And I'm going to be real about it, man. You know, unless you got a ton of insurance and, things of that nature, LA is not the place to be right now unless you got a grip of money because everything they're doing right now costs. It is not free, and that's the way they keep you out. They keep the prices up here, and they know your money's way down here, so you can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. You can't afford to go to a lot of these events that's jumping off. And so, having said that, this is a story. I'm gonna lead this leading into another story. That's leading into another story about what's going on in LA right now. And they got Ice-T that issues a warning to young rappers coming to LA for the Super Bowl. You guys got a little money, you can afford to go to the Super Bowl. He says, if the shooting at the Justin Bieber party wasn't enough of warning, Ice-T sent a stern warning to the young rappers thinking about descending upon Los Angeles for Super Bowl weekend. Earlier today, the news broke that KODAK Black and two others were shot outside the Nice Guy studio club in Los Angeles. Thankfully, no one was killed, but KODAK and three others have been taken to the hospital with non-threatening issues. And so it's not good to start Super Bowl weekend, with like that. But anyway, the Ice-T came out with this statement. He said, you don't want to come here starting no mess in the streets. And in case that, you just don't want to do it. So Ice-T, 63-year-old rapper, warned any young rappers coming to LA for the Super Bowl in this city has over 50,000 active gang members. And he referred to it as the Wild Wild West. So Los Angeles has been known as the gang capital of America, with over 400 gangs reportedly residing in the city. That's not even counting the county and other. That's just L.A. That's not counting all the surrounding cities: Inglewood, Gardena, Compton, Long Beach, Hawthorne. Any of the other surrounding cities. That's not even counting those. So, just take his advice. Said, if you're gonna go, to L.A. for the Super Bowl, don't do it with that attitude. Don't come with an attitude, and don't act a fool. And hey, you won't have to have nothing to worry about. But if you come to L.A., you better have your head on a swivel, and and you better make sure you have some type of security with you, because to the next story, which was actually the lead into where I was going. KODAK Black, the rapper KODAK Black, and among four shot outside the Super Bowl party. So 4 people were shot and wounded early Saturday after a fight broke out at a Los Angeles restaurant hosting a party that followed the Justin Bieber concert. The gunfire erupted outside the Nice Guy restaurant, striking and injuring 4 men ages 60, 22, 20, and 19. The LAPD officer Lamoli said their names were not released, but NBC reported the rapper KODAK Black was among one of the ones that was wounded. Officers responded to the scene and found 2 victims. Paramedics took them to the hospital for treatment of non-threatening injuries, and the police said, in an updated statement Saturday afternoon, the 2 victims went to the hospital on their own. According to the statement, all 4 victims were listed in stable condition. Detectives asked witnesses to come forward to help them identify the gunman. Good luck with that. And videos posted on social media show Black posing for photos with a group of people outside the restaurant when a brawl broke out. Black is among several people involved in the brawl when shots rang out, sending everyone at the scene running for cover. And law enforcement officers stated uh, the Black, whose legal name is Bill Capri, was among the people shot and injured. And a message to his publicist at Atlantic Records has not been returned. The party followed Bieber's private concert at the Pacific Design Center in West Hollywood. Um, as part of the Super Bowl weekend party on the homecoming weekend. The guests at the star-studded event included Jeff Bezos. Wow. Jeff Bezos was there and his girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez. Hamilton actor Anthony Ramos and Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez. So it was also reported that him and his wife, Holly Baldwin, Drake, Khloe Kardashian, and Tobey Maguire were also among the celebrities at the party. So, like I said, it was shooting outside of Justin Bieber's Super Bowl party early Saturday morning left 4 people injured. And like I said, the 4 people that were ranged in age from 19 to 60 years old were all taken to local hospitals and, you know, leaving, So it was Justin Bieber's little party they were having. Yep. So I'm telling you, man, you come to LA. So this is not even in South Central. If you people don't know where West LA is, West Las Vegas is. West Las Vegas is like if you went out of Los Angeles into Hollywood and you went as far west of the actual city of Hollywood, then you would be in West Hollywood. West Hollywood is actually a city. Hollywood itself, not so much, because Hollywood is actually part of LA. It just has a name, Hollywood. But West LA is an actual city. I mean, West Hollywood is an actual city. So it's far, far away from South Central LA, where the majority of these gangbangers that Ice T was talking about. Far, far away. West Hollywood is far away from that. However, that doesn't stop people from going from point A to point B, getting involved in things of that nature. So it's while I'm in LA talking about LA stories, I guess I'll do this next story. The LA sheriff stripped of his enforcement power after he refused to make his staff get vaccinated despite a countywide mandate. Sheriff Alex Villanueva was stripped of his responsibility to enforce COVID-19 vaccine mandates, and Los Angeles lawmakers voted to remove this power after he refused to enforce the mandate. The mandate requires that all 110,000 Los Angeles County employees be vaccinated by October 1st. Over 3 million. So it's like lawmakers in LA earlier this week voted to strip the sheriff of his power after his enforcement power, and a decision to strip him of his responsibility comes after for months he has refused to enforce the mandate. So in October, Villanueva said he would not enforce the mandate because he feared losing a chunk of his staff. So he said, "No, I'm not forcing anyone. The issue has become so politicized, and there are entire groups of employees that are willing to be fired and laid off rather than get vaccinated. I don't want to be in a position to lose 5 to 10% of my workforce overnight on a vaccine mandate," he stated. And so in August, back in August 2021, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors issued an executive order that required all of the 110,000 people employed by the LA County to be vaccinated. by October 1st of 2021. Unfortunately, the sheriff's department is the only department in the county that's refused to implement the policy. So Supervisor Janice Hahn said of the decision to strip Villanueva of his power, I think we're left with no other choice. The decision will allow the county to place enforcement responsibilities in the hand of someone who complies with and believes in the mandate. So, however, county employees who are not yet vaccinated will have a chance to get inoculated before potentially facing termination. Villanueva characterized the decision in a way to remove thousands of unvaccinated people from his department. This is so he claims that it's nothing more than a politically motivated stunt by the board, and hey, it's one thing for you're going through insubordination as of Tuesday, this past Tuesday. 83% of all county employees were fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. So that means it's only a 17%. 17% more people need to get vaccinated. So if that 17% are all sheriffs, and it's the reason that they're not didn't get vaccinated is because of you really need to go. You really need to be fired for not following orders. So yeah, that's where you really need to be. But anyway, they laid him off. I mean, not laid him off, but they stripped him of his power. And so, yep, yeah, they stripped him of his power there. And on to the next sheriff story. And this is a different city. So they had an anti-drug operation Wednesday, snagged more than $1 million of hybrid marijuana about 2 p.m. El Paso County Sheriff's Office narcotics detectives and Homeland Security investigations agents conducted a narcotics operation in the 2100 block of Montana Avenue in far east El Paso. During the investigation, detectives found two men in possession of 82 pounds of California Kush, a hybrid marijuana. The men were arrested and charged with delivery of marijuana over 50 pounds, but under 2,000 pounds. And the sheriff's officials said the street value of the marijuana to be over a little over $1 million. So they had how many pounds? 82 pounds. So if they what so I mean you got a law that says 50 pounds, between 50 pounds and 2,000. So if it was 50 pounds or 49 pounds, then it's almost like they're saying it wouldn't be a crime. Okay, this is revisiting this story here, and you know this is the young FedEx driver. They had a FedEx driver. Uh, FedEx put a young black driver. He was put on an unpaid leave because he was too anxious. Unpaid leave because he was too anxious to continue delivering on his route after two white men chased him through their neighborhood and shot at him while he was making a delivery. So Brandon Case has been charged with aggravated assault, and his father, Gregory Chase, has been charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated assault in connection with shooting in Brookhaven, Mississippi, according to the Brookhaven Police Department. So, wow, that's crazy. So, Montario Gibson, his attorney, stated that a black FedEx driver said last month the two men chased Gibson and shot at him while he was delivering his FedEx packages. Gibson told reporters that he believed the shooting was racially motivated, and after they actually fired the initial shots, they proceeded to chase him all the way to the highway. So if you failed to kill me the first time, you're still chasing me. It was some dark stuff. Carlos Moore, one of Gibson's attorneys, stated that the reporters at the FedEx put Gibson on unpaid leave after the shooting, which occurred on January 24th. Another attorney for Gibson, Rodney Diggs, also said the FedEx manager told him to complete his route after he had reported the shooting. So he's at home without pay on unpaid leave because he couldn't handle the stress of going out on that same route. So uh, it's just like FedEx. FedEx should really be ashamed of themselves. And more announced on Friday that FedEx had initially and finally checked on Gibson and restored his pay retroactively to January 31st in a tweet. Moore stated that he thinks FedEx's decision to reinstate Gibson's pay was only a reaction to Thursday's press conference. So this happened on January 24th, and now all of a sudden, after the press conference, they want to contact him and check on his well-being. This is all the way on February 11th. So the incident happened on January 24th. He gets put on unpaid leave. They don't say and do anything until the February 11th. When asked if Gibson was planning to take legal action against FedEx, Moore stated, "All the cards are on the table at this time. We'll see exactly what laws, if any, were violated, and anybody that broke a law, civilly or criminally, we want them fully prosecuted or held accountable to the fullest extent of the law." And FedEx did not immediately return Insider's request for comment about why the company put Gibson on unpaid leave. But a FedEx representative did previously state that the company takes situations of this nature very seriously and will remain to focus on Gibson's well-being. Gibson stated that he has experienced previous racist incidents on the delivery route that he reported to his managers at FedEx. According to Gibson, he once had a confrontation with an older white gentleman while delivering the package where the man cussed him out. When he reported the incidents to a FedEx, the manager told him to not deliver packages to the house anymore, he stated. They really are not too concerned for our safety, Gibson stated. Wow. Went through all that, man. That's it's crazy. So here's another incident, another crazy incident. It's a report about the death of a black man in Mississippi, and police custody shows a different account from an original statement released by police. So Damian Cameron, a black man, died in Mississippi Sheriff's Department custody on July 2021, and his family still has no word on whether the officers involved in his death will be held accountable. An incident report obtained by shows conflicting reports about what led to his death between the local sheriff's department and the state agency that is investigating the case. Cameron's mother, Monica, previously stated that Damien died on July 26, 2021, after police searched her house without a warrant, chased Damien inside the house, tased him twice, and knelt on his back for over 15 minutes while he complained that he couldn't breathe. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is handling the investigation of Damien's death, and according to his mother, her family is still unclear about the status of the investigation over 6 months later, and is struggling to pay for Damien's funeral costs. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation confirmed that in an email that is still investigating Damien's death more than 6 months later. A heavily redacted Mississippi Bureau of Investigation incident report obtained alleges that Cameron collapsed while running away from police, but an initial press release from the sheriff's department does not say anything about Cameron collapsing. It was advised that Damien Cameron, who was the suspect, had broken into a neighbor's home, and the Rankin County Sheriff's Department was alerted and responded to the scene. An investigator wrote in a report, once on the scene, it was advised that Mr. Cameron fled from the officers. In the process of fleeing, he collapsed. And the Rankin County Sheriff's Department released a statement on July 26, 2021 that said Cameron was identified as the suspect of a burglary and resisted arrest. So his mother stated that her next-door neighbor's young child let Damien inside the house when he went to to his home to ask for work. According to Lee, her neighbor was upset when they got home to find Damon in the house and called the police. The sheriff's department initial statement does not mention Damon collapsing or falling during a pursuit. Deputies pursued Cameron and were able to make contact, the statement says. Deputies issued orders to Damon to place his hands behind his back. Deputies approached Cameron. He began to fight and resist arrest. Deputies were finally able to get Cameron secure and walk him to the patrol car. After speaking to witnesses, deputies went on to check on Cameron, where he was found unresponsive. So his mom stated again that no one from her family told the MBI that Damon collapsed while he was still running. Well, he was running from the police, and she stated that the only time Damon collapsed was beside the patrol car when the police were walking him to the car after his arrest, and he became unresponsive in the car. It's crazy to me to think that this whole thing is trying to cover it up. But the way he sustained injuries, that can't be covered up, because you can't do that by tripping and falling. So the Mississippi Bureau declined to comment, citing that its investigation into Damon's death is ongoing, and the Rankin County Sheriff's Department did not immediately return any request for comment. And according to his mom, Damon collapsed after an officer tased him the first time during the pursuit. And she stated that Damon collapsed a second time when officers were walking him to a patrol car while he complained that he could not breathe. She asked the deputies if she could give her son water, which they denied. And the Mississippi Bureau report further alleges that the investigator went to the hospital where police took Damon to speak with his mother and grandmother. Later, the document states that the investigator was contacted by the state medical examiner, who asked for one or both of the taser strips used on Damon. And the MBI denied the request to release Damon's medical examiner report, citing investigative privilege. So what they have there is a cover up by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and that county sheriff department. So as usual, it's another one of those us against them situations. And Super Bowl Sunday, enjoy the Super Bowl. Do what you're gonna do. Have fun. Eat some good food. If you can at all do it at home, do it at home. Stay at home. That's the best thing going. Peace.